Today I'm going to be taking you through how to make my favorite shortbread biscuit. It's also known as a shortbread cookie. This is a luxury version. It is wonderfully rich and buttery with a melt in your mouth texture. It is perfect with a cup of tea or coffee or a glass of cold milk. It also makes a wonderful gift for friends and family. So let's get into it. So we just have these basic ingredients that we're going to use, but with a slight twist to make this quite a luxury, buttery and rich shortbread. So first, plain flour, just any brand will do. I'm going to also be using icing sugar. This is also known as powdered sugar or confectioner's sugar, and some butter. Please try and use the best butter that you have. It's very important, but the butter, use good quality butter when you're making shortbread. And also some cornflour, you can get anywhere, some vanilla extract and some cookie cutters. So let's get into it. Okay, so these are the ingredients that we need to make our shortbread. So first of all, what I'll say is you should please preheat your oven to 160 degrees. And also you do not need a mixer for this. You get lovely results when you just use the tips of your fingers. Just using your hands produces perfect results for this homemade shortbread. So our ingredients, that's a softened butter over there. We have our plain flour, we have our corn flour, and we also have our icing sugar. So what we're going to do first of all is we are going to sift our icing sugar, plain flour and corn flour all together. Then we'll add a softened butter. Use a whisk to whisk everything all together, to whisk the plain flour, the corn flour and the icing sugar together. Next, you add your softened butter. And after adding your softened butter, what you're going to do is just use your spatula first of all to just mix it together for a bit, just to lightly incorporate it first before we use our hands for this. So just mix. Just mix, continue mixing until it is all incorporated with the butter. As you continue to use your spatula to mix, just to incorporate everything together, it will look like this. When it gets to this stage, this is the stage that you should use your hands. So I'm just going to put my spatula away, and I'm going to work this mixture with my hands, just the tip of your hands, please. You need to take your time when you're doing this. Don't rush, and we're going to continue doing this until we get everything as well incorporated and we can actually form like a round mixture. So this is how it looks like. I also added a teaspoon of vanilla extract to it. So after working, using my hands to like knead it, and so I'm going to get this. It's going to all come together and you'll have this. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to take this, my mixture, and I'm just going to put it in some cling film and I'll put it in the fridge. So that is my mixture, and I'm just going to cover it with some cling film and I'm going to put it in the fridge for 15 minutes so that I could roll it. So I will set my timer to 15 minutes. There. Okay, so that is my mixture straight from the fridge, and that's after 15 minutes. So I'm just going to put just a little flour, very little flour please, just on my work surface here. I have a rolling pin and I'm just going to use just very little flour. Just cover my rolling pin, put a little flour, unwrap my shortbread cookie dough, and I'm just going to roll it. I'm looking for a consistency of, well, like a thickness of like a quarter of an inch. My cookie cutter, I'm going to use this one first. It's got just one. That's my second shape. My third shape. Yes. Then I'm just going to try and get them out. So I'm just going to use a spatula here and remove that and put that onto my baking tray. There it is. So I'm just going to remove just another one. And place it on my baking tray. Continue to do that. Fit gently. I'm just going to place that on my baking tray. So I get my dough again, and what I'm going to do is just use my hands again just to form a ball again. And what I'm going to do is use my rolling pin again. I think I just need a little more flour. Just a little flour, please. Yes, so I have rolled my mixture again, and this time I'm using the heart shape cutter. So I'm just going to get like 4 of those. Great. And so what I'm just going to do is lift. Beautiful. Do the same thing for the next one. And lift. And continue doing that, and use any shape of cookie cutter you want. I have this beautiful one. It's a butterfly. I also have this. It's one of a cupcake. Another thing that you can also do is, if you don't want to use a cookie cutter, you can just take your just part of the dough and just roll it into like a ball, right? Just roll it into a ball with your hands, and all you do is just take a fork and do that, and you place it in your baking tray. Yep, very easy. Just roll it into a ball, especially for the bits that you know, when the dough just becomes too small for you to continue like rolling out. So just like those bits, just roll it into a ball, and just get your fork there in the middle. That's pretty. And place on your baking sheet. I've put all the shortbread cookies in the oven. I'm just setting my timer to 20 minutes. Okay. Well, so there you have it. This is the shortbread. It has come out. Please note the color. It's not supposed to be brown like a cookie. So I have made my cup of tea, and I'm just going to have a lovely time with this luxury shortbread. For the remaining ones, what I actually have, so I put them in a tin. I have this lovely tin, and so yeah, it's an airtight tin, and it's great. So I have lots of shortbread even for the other days of the week. So thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and share till I see you in my next video. Cheerio!